Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here on my YouTube Live. I appreciate you. My name is Norma. If you haven't met me before, hop on. And we are going to be talking today about why you should consider being on YouTube. You know, why should you consider reinventing yourself? Especially at this point in your life, especially if you're someone like me who's over 50, you're who I want to speak with, or even in your 40s, because, you know, we were brought up to think that when you graduate high school, you go into the workforce, or you go to college and you get a job and go into the workforce. Back then, we didn't have the kinds of opportunities that we have now where we can actually be online and earn an income. Now, when I was in my past job, because y'all, I am not from the online space. I've been in the online space now for about a year and a half, and I've learned a lot. I knew nothing when I started. So if that's you, if you're someone and you're like, oh my gosh, Norma, there's no way that I could do this, that's exactly what I said. Same exact thing. I had never done videos. I'd never gone live. In fact, when I did start in the online space, I told myself, okay, I'll do the videos, I'll make the content, but I'm never going to go live. I said that, but you get out of your comfort zone, and you realize that in order to grow and become a different person, which is what that means, to reinvent yourself, right? It means to become a different person. And in order to do that, you have to do things that are uncomfortable. And sometimes you do them scared. And a lot of times you do them messy. I do that every day. I mean, my gosh, right now I'm doing it messy. Like, I'm just in a t-shirt sitting here talking to you guys. So it's something that is not difficult. It's very simple, but it is hard. Like, it is something that you have to learn, and you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone, and you have to be willing to think differently. You have to have a different mindset. You can't have that same mindset that you had as an employee. And that is the first thing that I realized. So if you haven't met me before, guys, my name's Norma. I was in dentistry for 35 years. That was all I knew. I was a dental hygienist. I knew that like the back of my hand. Like, I could talk to you about anything dental related. I knew it just like that. It became like muscle memory, right? You hear about that muscle memory, how people will ask me a question and I knew it just like that. Like, one time, my brother, he was living, I'm in Southeast Texas. So let me know where you guys are watching from as you get on here. Okay, first of all I'm doing is talking to you. Second of all, I'm not a buddy, so I'm not quite sure where that comes from. But thank you for being here. Hi there. Is it Pinky? Hi, Pinky. Thanks for being here. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. I'm in Texas also. Matt, I'm in Texas also. I'm in Southeast Texas. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And Florida Hedgehog. I love Florida. It's so pretty. We're on the Gulf Coast. I don't know if you are. You said Panhandle. So you're probably not on the Gulf, but I'm on the Gulf Coast of Texas, which is just not the same as Florida. Florida is so pretty, you know? Man, thanks for being here, guys. So, I was in dentistry 35 years. Hang on, let me get a drink. I want to move to the West, like California. Woo, Hedgehog, you got to have some cash to live in California. But it's pretty there, so I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, the West Coast is really beautiful. So dentistry, that's where I was at for 35 years. And then one day, I had actually been at my job for 22 years. And then one day my boss called me to the side, and y'all know what he was going to say, right? He was going, well, he didn't fire me. He told me that he was cutting my pay. He was going to change my job duties, and he was going to cut my pay. And I had been there for 22 years. I worked 10-hour days. I'm at the time I was 57 years old, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna work for less and still work 10 hours a day. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. So, oh, Hedgehog, your dad lived there. So I get it. I totally get it. Wanting to move back, kind of like maybe moving home for you. I think that's super cool. Hey, Beef, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here and giving me some feedback. I appreciate you. So, yeah, so when he told me he was cutting my pay, I knew I was going to leave. But yes, my husband and I, we're at the point where we're getting closer to retirement. And but at the same time, I love what I do. Like, I love being able to share things with people. I was an educator, right? Because I was a hygienist. So I educated people daily about their oral health and all that. So I always knew that I was meant to help people, but I just didn't really know in what capacity, right? So when my boss told me that he was going to cut my pay and I decided to leave, I had to figure it out. Like, I had to figure out a way that I was going to be able to still make an income and raise my grandson, because my husband and I were actually raising our little grandson. Oh my gosh, your mom was a dental hygienist. Awesome. I'm doing good, Pinky. Is it Pinky and Oren? Is that what that says? I don't have my glasses on. I love that. But welcome, Pinky. Thanks for being here. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well today. So, yeah, she's in real estate now, because I'm telling you, hygiene's hard. Like, it's hard on you physically, and then people never like to be there, right? They never like getting their teeth cleaned. I would have people come in and be like, I'd rather have a baby than get my teeth cleaned. And I'm like, seriously? Do you hear yourself? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So, oh, thank you, Opal. You're very sweet. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it is. It's hard. It's hard on you physically, and sometimes you just get. My people were really super sweet, but there were those that were difficult, right? It's funny. So my husband and I are raising our little grandson. He's actually 3, and I don't know if any of you out there are doing that. Like, if you're having to raise a grandchild. And when I say that, I don't mean it that way, like having to raise a grandchild. I love him. Like, I love raising him. But it is a handful, right? And he was 1.5 years at the time that I ended up leaving my job, and I was very panicked. Like, I didn't know what the heck I was going to do, because I knew I wanted to continue to make an income, but I wanted to do it from home so I could spend more time with him. And so that's how I ended up in the online space. But at the time, what I was thinking is that I was just going to like work for someone, like find someone who I could just work from home and get a paycheck. But when I started searching online, I actually came across and realized, like, I didn't know that there's this whole other online world going on out there, y'all. It's going on. People earning online from home in less time than going to that job every day, right? Hey there, let me see here. I'm doing great, Ahmad. Thank you. I'm doing wonderful. How are you? Hey, Tip. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. So, once I realized, like, hey, I could actually work for myself, be my own boss, and earn money from home in less time. Yes, I had to learn to create content. I had to learn to get out of my comfort zone. I had to learn mindset, which, I'll be honest, guys, when I first heard mindset and manifesting and all that kind of stuff, I thought it was just a bunch of frou-frou-y stuff. I just didn't really believe in it, right? I just got here. Temp, you just got here? Well, welcome. We're just chit-chatting right now, and I'm just sharing my story. And kind of how I ended up in the online space. And just so y'all know, like, my main purpose for my channel, my YouTube channel, is to show people that you can reinvent yourself. You can be over 40, over 50, and start over and reinvent yourself, learn something new, and earn from home and earn passive income. Like, I didn't even know what passive income was whenever I left my job. All I knew is you work, You get a paycheck. You try to save your money. If you're lucky and you can invest and invest well, good for you. But most of us are just doing the best we can by working and making an income, right? And so once I learned that there was such a thing as passive income, which is money that you can earn doing little to no effort, even when you're sleeping, like if you're taking your dog for a walk at the park, you can earn money. I was like, what? Like, I want that. I want to know how to do that. And then that's what I started checking into. That's what I started chasing, was the ways to earn passive income. And then I discovered YouTube. I mean, all I'd ever done is like watch videos on YouTube, you know, like I'd search a recipe or search how to do something, and I'd come across a YouTube video and watch it. That's all I knew. But then I realized like people are actually monetizing a YouTube channel, like they're getting paid to make videos. I was like, I want to do that. I want to know how to do it. Now, guys, I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. I'm here to tell you that it's simple. It's simple, but it's something you have to know how to do, and you have to be willing to commit to it, and you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone, because it's not easy, right? It's not easy to go live. It's not easy to create content. It's not easy to have to explain to your family and your friends why you're going live on social media. They look at you like you're crazy. You know, they're like, who are you out there doing that? And you know what? If they really care about you, they're going to support you. And if they don't, then they're going to talk about you. And you know what? Who cares, because they don't pay your bills. They're not the ones living your life. So once you kind of get past all that, the rest of it's not so hard. It really isn't. You just have to be consistent about it. You know, you can't expect to, like, it's not a get rich quick kind of thing, right? So that's why I'm here. I talk to people about getting started now. Do it now so that you start getting that passive income coming in. So when you're ready to retire, you don't have to be worried about living on a fixed income. And more importantly, you don't have to worry that you're going to have to work the rest of your life. Because unfortunately, that's what we're seeing more and more often. And you know who they are. You go into Walmart and you see those greeters, and they're standing there, and some of them, you can tell they really love their job and they love what they do because they're smiling and they're happy. But there's the majority of them that you're looking at them and they're like, man, I'm just ready to get my time in so I can get out of here, so I can get that paycheck at the end of the week. So that's what I'm here, is to share with you guys that, you can do this. You can absolutely do this. So, oh, good deal, Hedgehog. I'm glad you got your snack. Hey, we got to eat. It's that time, isn't it? I was actually eating right before I got on here, so I didn't quite finish, but that's okay. I will get finished. So once I started online, what I did is I came across digital marketing. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of digital marketing. Like I'd never heard of it before. I didn't know what it was. It's basically, there's a lot of different areas of digital marketing. But I just kind of learned that I didn't really want to sell a course. I didn't want to sell a program. But a lot of people do, and a lot of people are very successful at it, and I did have success with it. I just didn't like it. It just wasn't my thing. I mean, I did it, but it wasn't like, yee, I love getting up and doing this every day. And I'm the kind of person who, I'm kind of like, what you see is what you get, and if I agree with something, then I'm going to say I agree with it. And if I don't agree with it, then I'm going to say I don't agree with it. I mean, it's just how I am. And with, my program that I promoted, it works, but it just wasn't my thing. And it wasn't something that I wasn't very passionate about it, but I learned. With the program, and what I learned was how to market, how to utilize my social media platforms, how to create content, how to understand the algorithms on these different social media platforms, because they're all different. Yeah, Hedgehog, everybody's different, and there's people who love it. They actually love what they do. It just wasn't my thing. But I have to say, most of those people, at least the ones that were in my community, which was a lot of people. I mean, there's like over 50,000 people in this community now. And they, out of 50,000 people, there's maybe, I don't know, 100 that were being super successful. Maybe a little bit more than that. But I mean, it's not like the majority of them are being super successful. So of course, if they're being super successful, then they love it, right? And they had the background already. Like they came from like network marketing, affiliate marketing, and digital marketing, and they just found this program and they clicked and they ran with it. But if you're like me and you're coming with no experience, like it just wasn't my thing. I wasn't enjoying it. But it gave me skills. I learned skill sets and I learned mindset. Most importantly, I learned mindset. And I came across different ways to start utilizing, what I am passionate about. And what I'm passionate about is helping other people who are in my same similar situation to get out of it. Whether you have lost your job or you got pushed out like I did, I just got pushed out of my job, or you're just stuck in a job you don't like and you feel like you have to keep doing it because you don't think you have an option. So that's why I'm here, is to share with you that you do have options. You do have a way to earn and not have to go to that job 10 hours a day, every day, and not have to work for someone else and continue to help someone else get to their goals and dreams while you just take your goals and dreams and you there y'all are. So I don't know what you mean by play games. Are you talking about online games? No, I don't do that. And yes, I have a husband. So yeah, see, the thing is once social media once this becomes a business, it's not fun. You know what I mean? It's fun in the fact that you're getting to get on here and talk to people and share your experiences. But like, I don't go online anymore and like scroll a whole lot because it's work for me. I don't want a ton of screen time. I'm not a gamer. I never have been. So, no, I'm not a game. I don't like games. I don't do any of that. So basically what I'm here for is to share with you why should you do this? You're probably thinking to yourself, but Norma, why should I reinvent myself? Why should I even consider learning something new or doing something different? So what I did is I've written down 5 different reasons that I'm going to share with you why you should at least consider reinventing yourself. So first of all, you're not meant to stay stuck. Like, you're not meant to stay stuck in a job or in a situation where you're not happy. We should not just be surviving this life. We should be stepping into our purpose. We should be stepping into growth and intention, being intentional. That is my word for this year. In January, I don't do, what are they called? New Year's resolutions. I'm not a person who does that. But I did decide to pick a word that I was going to stick to this year in 2025, and intentional is the word that I chose. So you are not meant to stay stuck. You're not meant to stay stuck being unhappy. You're not meant to stay stuck in a job that you're not happy with or that doesn't appreciate you. Whatever your situation is, you are not meant to stay stuck. You are meant to get out there into your purpose, step into growing and becoming that person that you want to be, that person who makes you happy. That's why reinventing yourself is so important. Write that next chapter of your life, right? Don't just keep repeating that same chapter. And guys, that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. I was just kind of reliving that same chapter over and over when I needed to be writing my next chapter and getting to my purpose. So, number one. Number two, because you deserve to be aligned with your values. And a lot of us are at jobs that don't align us with our values. We're just doing a job to get the paycheck, right? We think we're doing things that we think we should do. And that's what we're taught. We're taught to just do the job because you get the paycheck and because it's safe. It's safe. And I'm guilty of telling my kids that, when they got older. I was like, make sure you stay with that job. Don't change jobs because you might get another job, or you might not get another job. Don't quit that job, because even if you're not happy, don't quit it, because you might not get another one very soon, or you might get something that you're even more unhappy with. So I was guilty of that. Stay stuck in that job you're not happy with. But guys, you deserve more. That's why reinventing yourself and doing something new is so important. So do something that aligns with your values. You don't want to just spend years of doing a job that you just think you're supposed to do. Go find something that lights you up, something that you're passionate about, something that makes you happy, and go after it. Hey, not user, welcome. So, Hedgehog, my husband actually retired at the end of the year, and he started his own business. So now he's starting his own business, but I think he's actually going to go back to work again for a couple of days a week. So who knows? But he's kind of doing his thing, and he's happy, so that's all that matters. So basically, reinvention is your permission to align with who you are now, not who you were 10 to 20 years ago, right? So reinvent yourself. Do something that you're passionate about. Do something that just makes you happy, that lights you up every day, and not just go to a job that's kind of like, ho-hum, I'm just getting a paycheck. So that was number two. Number three, the world needs what you have to share, right? Your experience, your story, your situation, whatever it is that you've gone through, the world needs it. The world needs to hear about it. You want to share your wisdom, build a brand around your vision, whatever it is. You build that brand around you, and then help and inspire other people to do the same thing. Because my experiences, which guys, it's a lot. I know y'all are probably looking at me right now and thinking, she's just some lady who, quit her job and now she's online and she's just trying to tell us, that we should do the same thing. But there's a lot. And if you follow me, make sure you're subscribing with me, right? Make sure you subscribe and follow me, because there's a lot that I'm going to share with you, okay? I'm raising my grandchild. That does not come without crap, right? Basically. And I'm going to share that because that's a huge part of me. Raising my grandson is probably one of the biggest parts of me right now. And I want to make sure that other people like me, other people that are out there that are raising a grandchild or grandchildren, know that you have a way to be able to reinvent yourself after 50. You don't have to stay stuck in a job that you're miserable with. You don't have to work until the day you die. You don't have to worry that when you retire, you're going to have to live on that fixed income and possibly outlive your money, because we're living longer these days, right? And if you retire and you don't have some kind of plan, you don't have some kind of passive income coming in, then we all run that risk of running out of money at the end of our life. And I just experienced some things with my mom recently, because she passed not long ago. And it's very real. It's a very real thing, wondering how you're going to make things happen when you need money to do it, and you're not in a physical situation to earn, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So if you're out there and you're in a situation where you think that, you need some extra coming in, then think about this, guys. Think about utilizing your YouTube channel. That's what I'm here for, is to explain that to you. So make sure you're following me. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Number 4, financial freedom, which is kind of what I was just touching on, right? Financial freedom is there, okay? Utilizing your social media platforms. It doesn't have to be this one. It can be any of the other ones. I'm just here on this one because this is the one I chose to chase after, right? It's possible even now. It's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too young. Well, I don't know. You might be too young. I think you have to be 18. I'm not sure about that. I'm talking to the people that are older. You're never too old to be able to monetize. You just have to think differently. You just got to get out there and do it. You don't deserve to settle for less or wait for retirement. Live life on your terms. And that's what this is about. That's what I'm doing. I'm living life on my terms. And I'm here to show you how you can do that also. Because reinventing yourself, it opens the doors to more income streams. Now, what I mean by that is, let's take me, for example. When I started online, I knew nothing. And so I found this program, and the program showed me, how to create content. It showed me how to utilize social media. Like, I didn't know anything about this. All I knew how to do was scroll on a couple of them, right? Not even this one. I didn't really know this one. I knew the book face. That was the one I knew, how to scroll on that, really. But what happens is, once you get out there, you start opening, these doors start opening up. These doors to more information that's sending you in different directions where you are aligned to whatever it is that becomes more purposeful to you. For me, it was community. I wanted community of people that were more aligned with me and what I'm like, because the program that I had was a very large community of people of all different everything, and we were just all going in different directions, but it taught me how to find my people. And so once you start getting out there online, those doors start opening up and start aligning you to wherever it is that you're meant to go in order to get your monetization. Whether it's this channel, like open up or this platform and open up a YouTube channel for yourself. I mean, honestly, that's what I recommend to do first, because it's the largest search engine, well, the second largest search engine. YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google, right? This is where so many people come to search for how-tos, how to do this, how to do that, how to make this, or how to fix that. This is where people come to search. This is where people come to search for, how do I earn online? How do I work from home? How do I make an income from my computer, from my phone? This is the platform where people come to search that. Maybe you're someone that's like, well, Norma, I don't really want to show people how to do all that. Like, that's not my thing. Do you like to garden? Because there's a lot of people out there that like to garden. Maybe you could start a community or start some type of a program where you talk about your gardening, or you show tips, or you do little short videos where you show people how to grow roses or whatever, Maybe you like to cook. Then have some type of a little community of people who like to cook. Maybe you like to barbecue. You want to get into that competition barbecue thing. Lots of people like to do that, right? Maybe you like to golf or fish. Maybe you like dogs. Maybe you like cats. There's lots of things that you could do to grow a community. And this is a great platform for it right here. You know what? Hello. Is it Sagar? Thanks for being here. Yeah, I know. Barbecue. I'm in Texas. I love my barbecue. We actually have some in the refrigerator right now. And I haven't had lunch yet. I was kind of trying to eat when I started, but I didn't get finished. So I'm kind of hungry too. Oh, you have scallops. I can't do shellfish. I'm allergic. I've never had a scallop. So yeah, I'm sure I'm sure they're good. I just have never had them because I can't have them. I like to be able to breathe. So okay, so that number 4 is the financial freedom. But the fifth reason why you want to become, or you want to reinvent yourself, is because it's never too late. It's never too late to begin. It's never too late to start over. And age, setbacks, past mistakes, your lack of knowledge, your lack of contacts, or lack of connections, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't disqualify you, right? It's actually equipping you for wherever it is you need to go. It's actually showing you that you have experiences, you have life experience, you have knowledge that you don't even know that you have. It may not be computer knowledge, it may not be online knowledge, but you know how to have grit. You know how to have determination. You know how to get to a certain point because you've had to do it before, right? So it's never too late. Number 5 is it's never too late. It's a reinvention is a, I wrote this and I like this statement right here. Reinvention is a powerful reminder that you are not behind. You are just beginning, and your future can be even brighter than your past. So I love that because, so many of us are thinking that we have this job and we've been doing it for 30 years and we're just waiting to retire. We're just waiting to retire. So many people do that right there. It's like, I just can't wait to retire. I just want to retire. Okay, so you get to retirement and then what? And then what? That's why I say find your purpose. What is your purpose? Do you enjoy, what do you enjoy doing? Do you like to travel? Like, if traveling is your, like, you want to retire and travel and you have the means, amazing. But you know what? If you have passive income coming in, then you don't even have to worry about it. Go out there and travel and start a blog, start a podcast. You can do all that while you're traveling. You can do this. All you got to have is a phone. I mean, I'm using my cell phone right now, guys. I'm using my cell phone and I'm using my little my little clip light. That's it. That's it. You don't have to have fancy equipment. You can. There's lots of people out there who do. They got the big lights and they're all set up in a studio. You can do that. You can use all the fancy equipment and the cameras and da-da-da-da-da. But you don't have to. You don't have to. What your occupation? So this is what I do. I'm a YouTuber. I get on here and I talk to people who are over 50 about how they can reinvent themselves and start over. This is what I do. Now, there's other things that I do too, but this is what my live's about today. On my, if you go to my YouTube channel, you subscribe, you're going to see some other things that I do also, but this is what I do here on this platform. On YouTube, I promote how to get started on YouTube, how to learn, how to get out of your comfort zone, how to get out there and get monetized, because that's what we want, right? We want to be able to live comfortably and have that passive income coming in. Yeah, it's not, like I said earlier, guys, it's simple. What you do is very simple, but it's difficult. It's not easy. There's a difference between being, very simple and it's difficult, right? You got to get out of your comfort zone. You have to have a thick skin. You have to learn how to do the content. You got to learn need to learn how to do the SEO keywords and make sure that everything is your thumbnails and your little thumbnails and your words and your descriptions and your titles, and you got to make sure all that is good. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't have to know how to do it immediately. Start messy. Start is what I say. Just start. You know, start your channel. Go out there. If you've got, obviously, if you're here, then you have a channel. I know, comfort zone. I tried many ways, but every way turns futile. Okay, you got to work on your mindset. You really need to work on your mindset, because if you tell yourself you can't, then you're right. You're right. You won't be able to. If you tell yourself that, you know what, I am doing this. I'm doing it, and I'm going to do it messy, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to fail, because we all fail. That's how we learn, right? We learn by failing. No one's ever perfect. No one comes into this space and knows everything. Even the people that know so much now, they don't know everything, and they still fail. They still mess up. And you just pick yourself up and you get back out there and you do it again. You do it the next day. You know, if you have a sucky live, believe me, I've had plenty of sucky lives. Plenty of them. I had one time where I started like literally crying, because and you know what? The reason it happened was because I had a really bad mindset that day. And they say, if your head is in that negative space, do not create. Like, do not create. And that I experienced that. I experienced it firsthand. It was a day where my daughter, like, I have issue. My daughter is a big thing. And again, if you follow me, you'll probably hear stuff, because, you know, it's part of me. And I was having a hard time with things, and I needed to go live. It was a day where in my mind I needed to go live. That's what I had in my head. I have to go live. It wasn't, I can't wait, I get to go live. It was, I have to do it. And that particular live, I went on, and I'm telling you, every hater out there on the platform, it wasn't this platform, it was a different one. It was the ticker talk. I don't know the rules on here. I don't know if I can say things like that, but on the ticker talk, I can't say things like that. So I have to be careful. But yeah, so I went live there, and man, they were like zooming in on me and like this and this. And then I started getting, you know, choked up, and because I'm thinking of my daughter, and then they're coming at me. And then the more I tried to defend myself, more were coming at me. And I was like, good Lord. And when I got off, that day I told myself, I will never, ever create, whether it's a piece of content, an email, make a phone call, a text, a live. I will never again do that with a bad mindset that day, because it is so real. There is one issue, you know, summer India, so I am accustomed to whenever I tried to work outside of AC, I start. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's super hot, I get it. Yeah, that can be really devastating. I totally understand that. Yeah, that's a physical problem for sure. That's not mindset. That's just physical problem. So yeah, you got to stay in the AC. And I'm sure it does get hot there. It gets hot here, but it's a humid hot, which I think that's probably different from what you have in India. But yeah, I get it. You got to protect yourself. You got to take care of yourself first. I mean, the physical, if you're not physically good, then, you know, it can be bad. So take care of yourself. So real quick, I'm going to recap. Why should you reinvent yourself after 50? Why should you even consider it? Number one, you're not meant to stay stuck. You're not meant to stay there. You're not meant to just survive. You are meant to thrive, not just survive. So you're not meant to stay stuck. Number two, you deserve to live aligned with your values, not just be in a job because you're supposed to be there. You're supposed to live in alignment to your values. Number three, the world needs to hear what you have to say, what you have to offer. The world needs it. We need more of it. Number four, financial freedom. That's what we're all looking for, right? The financial freedom. It's never too late to go after it. So that's number four. Number five, it's never too late to begin again. It's never too late. And anything that has happened to you, whether it's past mistakes, whether it's because you think you're too old, whether you think that you don't have the right amount of knowledge, all of that is just things that you're telling yourself. It's never too late. Those are just things to help you understand that you are equipped for more. So those are the 5 different reasons why you should consider, reinvent yourself. Go out there and make a change. Get out of your comfort zone. Do it messy. Do it scared. Do it scared. Do it and fall down, and you'll get back up, and it will be okay. It will be okay. Is there anybody out there that has thought about starting a YouTube channel, or like trying to start monetizing your YouTube? Or have you thought about starting a community or anything like that, trying to figure out a way to be able to bring in an income? Because it doesn't have to be just by monetizing. That's kind of like the end goal, because it takes a bit, right? It's not something where you just start putting a few videos out there and you go live a couple times and then suddenly you're making money. That's not how it works. The monetization is kind of the end result of it all. What you're shooting for is giving people value to follow you, value to follow your channel, value to get them where it is that I'm going, get you there also. And, everyone's journey is different. Your journey is going to be different from mine. And that's how it should be, because we're different people. We have different experiences. I left my job and got here in this online space, and I, went in a different direction. Like I've gone in different directions. I started with my program. Then I decided I wanted to try to figure out YouTube. So I started getting into YouTube and learning how to monetize here. And then I started learning about different ways to actually earn on YouTube. Like, I didn't realize. So you start connecting with people. You start looking, and once you start doing that, once you start figuring it out, like, what is it that you want? What is it that you want that makes you happy? What is it that you could talk about all day long and never get tired and just love it? And that's where I came up with, like, I love helping people. I want other people to know how to do this also. I want people who are in my position of, not having a job anymore, know that it's not too late. You can go out there and learn and become better and have fun. I enjoy what I do now. I wake up in the morning and I can't wait to get out there and start sharing this with people. So I love it. So, yes, I never too late to begin again. Every opportunity is a chance. Absolutely, Sagar. Absolutely. Yes, fulfill your dream. Why you left your job, ma'am? What job you had? So what it was, I was in dentistry. I was in dentistry for 35 years. And I was at my job, my last job I was at for 22 years. And my boss told me he was going to cut my pay. And he, I get it. Like, he was looking for a way to lessen his expenses. So, I get what he was doing. But, I'd been there for over 20 years, and now you're going to cut my pay. And I was working 10 hours a day, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing this for less money. I'm just not. So that's why I left. I left because he was going to cut my pay, and it was by a third. He was going to take a third of my paycheck. It wasn't like it was just a little amount. It was a big amount, and, I wasn't going to do it. So I left, and, but we're raising our grandson. My husband and I are raising he's 3 now, but at the time he was a year and a half. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And that's how I ended up finding the online space. Like, I didn't know that this was actually going on. I didn't know that this world was out there. Like, I didn't realize it. So I'm very, very blessed. I'm grateful and blessed that I found this opportunity. Yeah, it really makes a difference. And it was just pride, which I was fortunate enough to be able to just leave. You know, there are people out there that can't, you know, they can't just leave their job. They would have had to have taken a pay cut and then probably try to find something else, you know, after they took their pay cut, maybe try to find a different job. But I was fortunate enough to be able to just say, no, I'm not doing it. I'm leaving. And, you know, he probably thought that I was at the point in my life where I would just retire, but I'm not that type. I don't want to just, I have to have something. I need a purpose. And so that's when I, found the online space, and I just decided, like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm able to do it around my grandson, and I enjoy it. I love it. I love being able to be here with you guys and talk to you guys and try to help people to you know, just know that you can make a difference, and that what you have to offer is worthy. What you have experienced in your life can help other people, because there's a lot of people out there that need that. You know, there are people out there who don't know how to use their voice, or maybe they don't feel comfortable using their voice, and you can be their voice. And that's how I feel about myself. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I've always known that God gave me that purpose. And then as I am here longer, you'll know more about me. You'll hear more of my story. You know, it's a lot, and I can't just dump it all on you guys at one time. You know, an hour is not enough time to just hear my whole story. So that's why I'm here. I am here to teach you guys that you can reinvent yourself. And today, that was it. Those 5 reasons. And then I'll be here again next week. I'm here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I go live for about an hour, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. And my content is here also. I do promote my phototherapy patches, which I share that here on this space also. But my lives are about you and how you can get to that passive income by sharing your story and getting out of your comfort zone. So, Sagar, I'll be here next Wednesday. I'm here on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Today's Wednesday, right? This is because of Memorial Day. It's been kind of a weird week because Memorial Day was Monday. So today's Wednesday. So yeah, it'll be next week, 1 o'clock. But check out my channel, because there's a lot of shorts and videos and things like that. So, all right, guys, thanks for being here. Anything else that you guys want to ask before I hop off here? I appreciate you guys being here. Yes, you sure can. I am on TikTok. That's probably my next channel. I'm on TikTok, and it's norma.liveyourdream. And I'm also on Facebook, and that's norma.livebetterwithlight. That's on Facebook. So I am there, and I'm here on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram too. But my Instagram I don't really use. I just kind of throw it over there, like my repurpose. Just kind of throws my videos over there. So, but I am there, but I'm not on there. Oh, it's banned in India? Wow. I didn't know that. No, I'm not on LinkedIn. I thought about LinkedIn though. I need to check into that. I did think about LinkedIn, but I haven't gone there yet, and not on Pinterest. I've looked at Pinterest, but I don't really understand it. I don't get it. I mean, I go there and like get quotes and stuff. But as far as like marketing there, I don't quite know how to do that. So I haven't done Pinterest. But I am checking into LinkedIn. So that's interesting. I didn't know it was banned in India. I guess the same reason they're trying to ban it here, which may happen. You know, I don't know. That's why I'm here on YouTube too. Thank you for the follow. I will be back here on Wednesday, so I'll look forward to seeing you there, Sagar. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.